We have a standard water knot here at the end. 1-inch tubular webbing, wrap 3, pull 2, anchor. In this case, it's anchored to a tree. Standard water knot overhand, and the second one you bring over in, you just bring it on over and trace your first overhand, and eureka, water knot. About 3 inches of tail. I've got way too much, but that's okay. You want to pull this knot tight. This is just demo, so I'm not going too tight with it. And come up here, pull these two, and you want your knot in the front here, which will mean there'll be hardly any load, if any, on this knot right here if you do this like that. Then you're going to create your master point, which you could even do a magic X by just twisting this over here, and it'll equalize, I would assume. I'm just going to do an overhand. You can put a figure 8 in there, whatever. And I just did like a practice session, emergency bailout situation. I keep a rated and certified quick link on my climbing harness. This is a Petzl one. I like them. They're a little bit pricey. I don't do the hardware store ones anymore. I just threw them all out. I love the Metolius ones. Their price is right. They're well built. They're a little bit too heavy for my taste, and they're a little bit too big. I'm not an expert in anything. This is my practice session. Again, I repeat. Take your rope, like a bailout situation or whatever. You're going to run it down to your halfway mark, which I'm just simulating here. And you're going to take, going down to your halfway mark. Just pretend. Put your belay device in here, ATC. I love this Petzl reversal. My go-to hitherto was the old-fashioned figure of 8. Not anymore. I love this thing. And rappel down as usual. Get down to the bottom. Clean off your equipment here, your devices, and then proceed to pull your rope through. You retrieve your rope. You leave nature a quick link and webbing. So we're talking maybe 10-15 bucks. So what is your life worth? So I'm primarily doing things single strand. I'm by myself solo. I only carry 40 meters of rope. So I'm going to experiment around here with Biner blocks and tag lines and whatnot. I'll have all kinds of videos linked below. Some of the stuff I'm doing, I may be up there a ways, but I'm very safe. I've got redundancy. I'm anchor bolted in a couple anchor bolts. I'm very safe. If I did fall, it's all in my head, and it'll hurt my pride and not much else. But this is dangerous. Before you commit to rappelling off of anything, be very well versed and practiced in this. So I'm gonna, I'm not being overly dramatic, I don't think. I'm gonna start out with a Biner block situation, which I've used. I'll have one of my rappelling videos of about 3 years using the Biner block, and one of my early days when I first started getting going on this. And you'll note I'm using this very same tubular webbing as an anchor on an anchor boat, since the American Death Triangle, as opposed to a proper angle anchor. I wouldn't have died or anything. There's just no redundancy in that system, but I'll link to that below for some comic relief. So what you're going to do here, make a clove hitch, And the Biner, canyoneering people do this more than rock climbers. And you're gonna absolutely, cannot stress enough, break a freaking sweat on this clove hitch. So this thing literally cinches down on this sucker so it does not walk any freaking where. And before you commit to going down, once you get some body weight on this dynamic rope stretches, and once you get some good body weight on it, it sinks down pretty good. But really, this is, like I say, make sure this son of a gun is not going anywhere. This is your life. And make sure that you have a Biner that will not go through your blocking quick link in this case. That's why the Metolius were a little bit too big, what I was using before. They wouldn't go through it, but it was a little concerning. I like this better. There's no way that this Biner is going to go through this blocking quick link here. So, obviously, I don't want to insult anybody's intelligence. I just want to keep you alive. You want to go down the strand that's being blocked. So, you'll take your rappel device or a munter, and carabiner in here. I'm liking this Metolius carabiners, even though they do take a while to lock up the screw gates, but that's okay with me. And you're gonna rappel down like you normally would. See, single strand, and you're going to get down to the bottom. Oops, I'm getting ahead of myself. Since I don't want to confuse anybody, practice here with a tag line. Some people go out and buy a thinner rope as a tag line. I'm finding that 100 feet of a paracord, $10 works for me. And I guess the best way to tie these together, there's various ways. Make sure you get about a lot of tail on it. Apparently, it's a freaking old-fashioned overhand, aka Euro death knot. Seems to be okay. I would break a sweat on that. The sizes in these ropes are vastly different. I need to do some more research on this myself. But it seems to be an okay way to secure this. And on these, like I say, you want plenty of tail, a good 2 feet. Then, back to my point before, one has rappelled down his rope with his Biner block, and you've got your 100 foot of paracord tag line over here, and you can also feed this through side by side as you're going down to keep both these strands together, and in the other tube of your rappel device. So I rappelled down my merry way, and I'm down at the bottom. I'm going to start taking my paracord tag line and start pulling. And as you can see, I start retrieving my rope. Sorry for the sloppiness. I'm not Cecil B. DeMille. I'm just trying to keep everybody alive, including myself. And you pull and you just fully retrieve your rope. The other one I'm learning about is these clove hitches are easy. Just take them off the end of the Biner and they collapse. The other one I'm learning about is, I'll have quite a few video links below on this one. I can't even remember the name of it. What was the ring schnur, whatever it is, knot, whatever. There's several different ways of making it. I'm going to do the easy one with the overhand for sake of discussion, and we can kick this discussion up. Take an overhand and a bite. Very easy. I'm simply going to take a Biner, get around your rope and into that overhand and a bite. There you go. Make sure everything's locked up nicely. There you go. And in this case, I don't want to confuse you, but you would be rappelling down this end here. Now, the one thing about these knot blocks, canyoneers use them a lot. They know their experience with these things. Bear in mind that this dynamic rope will stretch, and so these knot blocks can get smaller and kind of worm their way through certain types of blocking, whatever you're using to block. I don't think it's any danger of getting through this, but I don't quite trust them. So it's always nice to have a Biner on here too. So you're going down your merry way, rappel down your merry way off of this strand this time. Make sure before you commit yourself, whatever anchor you're using, you're going down the right side and everything's all hunky-dory, okay? Now I'm down at the bottom. I rappel down this strand this time. I want to retrieve my rope. You just go like this. Catch the drift here. Start retrieving your rope all the way down. That's that. If you're well-featured rocks like I'm on, and depends on the incline, these carabiners and knots can tend to get caught up on things, so you got to practice with it and get versant with it good. But that's another way of retrieving your rope. I'm thinking of alpine butterfly knot for kind of the same kind of thing to close off that system. That might be simple way of doing it, but a little bit finesse to get that set up. But I'm chewing on it, so I think that's all. Like I say, it's just a practice session. I'll have plenty of links below for sake of discussion. Take this very seriously. Ciao.